This is E for eMiniWizard.com and MarketWizard.com. It is about 20 after 11 on Monday morning, the 14th of January. Reminder to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. We had suggested longs try to get to 82s to 85s. Above that, be very careful. That we could finally start to see some resistance kicking in. And truthfully, we said that the 88 would be a very key area, 87.5, 88 key area today if we got there. First things first, got to get by 82s to 85s. So on the predictive model, this is the first short really that has had any teeth in it. We had warned when we were up here at the 85 to 88, longs don't get complacent. And we said that, should be running into resistance. We still don't know whether we have whack-a-mole or not, meaning more highs coming, but for sure this is a profit-taking leg. We know that by the amount of points in the swing and even the timing of it. We had suggested that this scene of the crime, 88.75, would be a very important idea today. We also said that because we're so far under everything, that we should start to think about a bleed back towards the middle. But we should also think about this running into resistance too, based on these moving averages. And then when you get here, we know anything can happen, including running up and taking out the highs and whatever. But we thought this was the right area to make sure you're paid, and that's turned out to work pretty nicely. We use this chart to say support, 30-minute basis, the rain line, S2. And we said the pivot, you're going to run into the pivot here at 88. So think about this as a range right now, maybe this 78 playing against 88. And that turned out to be true. We never know until hindsight, but educated guess there. And we know we've come back into the middle from the RTH range in the pipe. We said we have to bust this 80, knock these traders out, undermine them, because that was a squeeze pivot. And then the one below us back here at 77.25. We said we thought two-way day and neutral rather than just runaway south day. We also didn't predict that we were going to get a big up day where it just keeps on flying all day long without getting some whack-a-mole type trades. So the basic ideas that we've talked about have played out this morning. We have to remember again that this is a pivot area at 78 to 77, right? The low on Friday. So we have to regain that territory all over again as a short if you want more south side. So very important area to be testing right now for the shorts. And it's an important defense area for the longs. Because this is where basically we said this was our squeeze pivot right here till this breaks. This is trying to support. A very important area right here at 77, basically Friday's low. Anybody shorted, make sure you're paid. Coming into the 80 to 78. And two-way day. Those traders who trade either direction can obviously capture more typically than somebody who just plays, I want to wait, I want to wait, I want to wait until it gets there. We say waiting to enter is losing. If you think 88 is the right place to short, you should be buying into it. And we said this will be our toughest resistance zone now. From this 88 to 92s to obviously the gap. And we are in the pipe right now. And the pipe is this 85 to 77. That's all we know. But we do know we were able to capitalize on some of today's gyrations if we assumed correctly that there was just as much of an odds, better odds really, to bounce than it was to think about just crash through it. So again, pointing out this key line right here, as we talked about earlier, as this is going to be a very important reference going forwards. Whether we're coming back down, test the bottom of this box, or come back up and test the top of that box. And I suggest if you've had a good morning, take a little time off at lunch and come back and see if you can find a little something, a little snack this afternoon. Two-way day. And that's our perspective. We had suggested that the middle from Friday was right here. And that was one very good reason that we said make sure you are paid as you're coming into resistance. Theoretical resistance, but it worked. All right, take a break, guys.